Alright, so I have no idea if we're live now. My OBS. Alright. Is it working now? It is disconnecting all the time. I was live streaming the other day on Patreon and that worked really well, so I'm not sure why it's so laggy now. And also, if you can hear me, let me know. So for the stream, I was planning on doing this fish in pan pastel. They asked me, or they sent me some of these colors to try out, and I've never tried these before, so I wanted to try them in the stream and see how they work. I'm really No, it's not working right. It is disconnected from my OBS again. It keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. So yeah, I'm really not sure why. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, so I think we'll have to save the stream for later because this is not fun to watch and I don't want to waste your time. Yeah, it keeps reconnecting and disconnecting. So for a few minutes it may work fine, but then it keeps on disconnecting again. So I can't trust my connection right now. yeah. So I'm really glad so many of you showed up though. I really wanted to try it live streaming on YouTube. I really enjoy live streaming on Instagram, but on Instagram I have to live stream with my phone, and that is not very ideal. So I really wanted to try streaming on YouTube. It's working now, right? Okay, so maybe I can try now. I don't know what the quality of the video is like. Is it like super pixely, or is the video alright for you? Okay, you can decide. Should I continue with the chance of getting disconnected again, or shall I figure out my connection first and then save the stream for another time? Alright, I'm just going to try. Yeah. I will continue and then I will see what happens. So I've never tried these before. I have a little fish sketch out, and I just wanted to do a little experiment, see how these lay down. I've never used these. I've never seen a tutorial. So yeah, it will be totally new to me. And I have these colors here. I'm drawing a pretty bright fish, so I'm going to use a lot of blues and reds and purple and white as well. So let's do another half an hour until 11, and then I'm going to wrap it up, and then I'll be figuring out how to improve the connection, and then I'll do the rest of the fish in another live stream, hopefully in a better one. So let's do that. I'm going to start out now. I'm going to be starting out with this blue, very bright blue. I'm going to use that for the body of the fish. Also, how's the sound? Let me know if I'm too loud or too quiet. So I'm just scooping some of this color up with my little tool, and I'm going to apply it to the body area. I have no idea how this works. So I just got a new microphone. I got it especially for the live stream, so I'm really happy with it. Before I always recorded my voiceovers with my phone, and now I can do it with this microphone. So I'm just applying this very lightly. Oh, also I will put a link to the reference photo in the description when the stream is over, so you can have a go at it yourself. It's a reference from Pixabay, if I'm sure. Yeah, it's Pixabay. So it's royalty free, and maybe you can draw along. It's a really cool fish. Yeah, let me know what time it is where you live, and which country you are watching from. I had no idea which day or which time would be the best suitable, so I just chose a random time and day. But I just have to experiment with this, see which time is the most suitable for you. So I'm going to work on the base layers now. I'll save the details for another stream. Just trying to get the hang of this medium. Oh, I'm working on pastel matte, by the way. It's a brown pastel matte. Oh wow, so many different countries. That's so cool. You can actually work pretty precise with this because of the point. Everything is going well now, right? It's not lagging. Autumn is a pastel matte similar to chalk pastels. I'm not sure. Pastel matte is the paper, and this paper is especially made for chalk pastels, but it also works really well with colored pencil. But I use it for my chalk pastels, and the chalk pastels is the medium itself. It's the pastels themselves. So this is just the paper, and it's called pastel matte. Okay, so I'm also applying this blue to the fin very lightly. And also let me know if you would like a second camera pointed at my face. When I watch art live streams, I really like to watch the ones where you can actually see the face of the artist. Right now I only have one camera, but if you'd like to, I'm willing to invest in a second camera, which I can point at my face. But first I need to make sure that I can live stream smoothly with one camera. Is this product powdery or has it a more solid texture? No, it's powder. I believe it's very compressed powder. It's compressed in these pans. So it is quite solid in the pen itself, but when you apply it to the paper, it is powder. So I don't think it has any oil in it. Okay, so I'm also applying this very lightly to the fin. I should have put a picture of the fish, of the reference, on the screen as well. I completely forgot to do that. So I'm not aiming for a super realistic result here. It's my first try with pen pastels, so it's probably going to be a huge mess, but it's fun to experiment with it. Bit of blue here too. Just going to apply the blue everywhere I see it. I really have to get used to this tool. I'm used to using my fingers. Alright, so now on to red for the fins. There's a lot of red in the fins, so I'm not sure if I can just use this now to dip in the red or if I will mess up the red that way. So just to make sure, I'm going to use another one, a clean one. And I'm going to dip that in the red and add that right here. Elise M, what's your favorite medium to work with? Oh, I'm not sure. I like many mediums, so at the moment I think my favorite is colored pencil, but I also really love pastels. So I can't possibly choose between those, but if I had to choose, I'm choosing colored pencil. So let me know in the comments what's your favorite medium to work with. And what medium would you like to see tutorials about? Okay, so I'm feeling like applying color very precisely with this one is a little bit harder than with the pointy one. I can put in the color a little less precise, so I think I like the pointy one a little bit better. I'm already making a huge mess. Have you ever tried watercolor? I would love to see a tutorial. I have done some watercolor. About 1 or 1.5 years ago I was a little into watercolors, but I never really took the time to really get good at them, and then I just quit. So I'm not sure if I will ever get back to them, but yeah, maybe, I'm not sure. And then I'm also adding some red right here. Whoops. But this is quite difficult. I didn't expect it to be so difficult. Oh, thank you, Clarice. Thanks for the tip. I will try that. Let's add some more red right here. So I'm really wondering why the stream was doing so badly at the start and why it got better now. I didn't change anything, so I really want to know what I did wrong. Also adding some red right here. So these are 2 fins, 2 red ones. What do you mean by it was not doing well at the start? Oh, I meant the disconnecting and the lagging of the video. The bad connection. The connection seems right now. It seems better now. Yes, pen pastels are definitely expensive. I've been wanting to invest in them before, but I just found them too expensive, and I didn't know if it was worth the money. So yeah. And then Pen Pastel wanted to send me some, so of course I didn't say no. So now I get to try them and judge for myself if they are worth the money. So I really want to make a nice transition between the belly here and the fin, but that is quite difficult. Patricia, yeah, I will definitely be using the pastel pencils on top of these for the details. So I'll do all the base layers with the pen pastels, and then I will be adding the real details with my Stabilo Carbatello pastel pencils. So I want to save that for a stream too. My plan is to do this whole project in different streams, so hopefully that's going to work out, so you can see the full process of it. I really have to keep myself from not blending with my fingers. I really want to blend this out with my fingers because I'm so used to it. Elise asks, what's the fastest way to improve your drawings? I think that's different for everyone. For me, it was just draw every day. So every single day. I have been drawing now for 3 years, every single day, at least 15 minutes. Even if you do real fast sketches, that will help you improve. So draw as often as you can. And what also really helps me is to study other artists' techniques and then try to apply those techniques to my own work. I'm going to try to blend with my finger now. Okay, so it doesn't really blend with my finger because I didn't put a lot of layers down. So I have to keep on blending with the stick. So this little fin right here is a bit transparent, so I have to figure out how to recreate that with the colors that I have. I don't have a lot of colors, so I have to improvise a little bit. So I'm not sure what to think of these tools. If I look closely at them, I can see that I've already ruined a bit of the edges. So the sponge is kind of coming off already. So I don't really like that. I don't know if that's normal. Maybe I'm just pushing too hard. Let's see if I can erase it a little bit. I have gone over the edges. I want to clean it up a little bit more. Yeah, DJ, I probably need more pastel on my thing. The problem is that I don't want the colors to be too vibrant, because I only have the really vibrant colors, and I don't want to make this fish too vibrant. So I'm doing this really carefully. Oh, made a little mistake there. Okay, so I can kind of erase this, so that's nice. Let's get on with some white now. So I'm going to take the blue. I'm going to see if I can wipe it off somewhere. Be right back. Oh, and I can also, of course, just turn around the blue. So I turned the sponge around, I flipped it, and now I can add the white to the edges of the fins. It doesn't really matter if it mixes with the red. I think that's a nice effect. So there is some dust coming off, which makes it harder to focus on details. Okay, so I have a little bit of trouble with getting this white to show up well. I'm having trouble with getting sharp edges. Does anyone recommend a realistic drawing channel? Well, I do realistic work, but I also love Jason Morgan. He does a lot of wildlife with pastels and oil paint as well, and I really love his work. Also, Lockery Fine Art is one of my favorites. And then we have Sheldine Fine Art and Unmask Art. So many people to follow. So I think I'm being a little too careful with my layers. When there's not enough pastel on the paper, it's really hard to blend the colors together. So I might need a bit more pastel on my thing. But this is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. So does anyone know how to get sharp edges with pen pastels? Which tool I can use to get these edges really clean? Because right now they are kind of smudgy. I think I'll have to correct that with my pastel pencils. I'm not sure if I can actually achieve the right effect with the pen pastels. Oh yeah, Happy D and Amy Howard are also really great. I follow them both. I think it will take some time for me to get the hang of this. I'm struggling with it right now. It will definitely take some practice to get good at this. There's also some white on the fin here. Right, let's see. Right now this looks like a big mess. But the colors are really nice, really vibrant. So I'm wondering how many layers it would take for this to get well blended. So I want this to be a nice base layer, but I still want to be able to add pencil on top later. So I'm not sure how many layers I can how many layers of pen pastel I can put on the paper. Clarice asks, where do you get your reference photos? So mostly I use the reference photo of my commissioners for the pet portraits I do. So the clients provide my reference photos, but when I do demos like this or just drawings for myself, I get them from Pixabay. So this photo is from Pixabay. It's royalty free, so everyone can use it if they want to. And sometimes I also shoot my reference photos myself. And I also really like wildlifereferencephotos.com for more professional wildlife photos. But those are not free. You have to pay $5 per photo to be able to use the photos there. Okay, so this edge right here needs to be a lot sharper. It was disconnected for a little while. I think it's working now again, but I'm going to wrap it up soon. It's a shame I spent so much time on trying to connect the stream. So I really wanted to get the base layers done in the stream, but I think I will save the rest of the base layers for another stream, and in the meantime I will figure out how to adjust the settings to have a better running stream. So I'll do some more questions. So if you have some questions, ask them now so I can answer them before I close the stream. Elise M, would you be willing to collaborate with another YouTube artist in the future? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, why not? So at the moment I don't have a lot of time. I am putting most of my time right now in doing pet portraits, and YouTube has been on the third place for me now. I'm putting a lot of time in Patreon and my pet portraits, and I haven't been able to upload a lot on YouTube. But hopefully that will change and I'll be able to do some collaborations in the future. I feel a bit like an outsider here on YouTube. Like I don't really belong within the artist community. But maybe if I'll start being a little more active on here, hopefully that will change. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I do. We've been together now for almost 4 years. So that's going really well. Oh yes, I love Lethal Chris. His drawings, he does great cartoon work, but also super realistic work as well. Yeah, I would love to collab with him someday, but I don't even know if he knows me. Okay, so I think once I'm starting to put in more layers, this will actually start to look really nice. But I'll save that for the next live stream. But I really enjoyed it. Even though the bad start, I really hope that won't happen next time. Hopefully next time I can get into the drawing right away. So I really enjoy doing live streams. I really enjoy doing them on Instagram. So I definitely plan to do them on YouTube on a regular basis. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up now, I think. This was kind of a test live stream. So I didn't really complete anything. I hope it will go better next time. And thank you so much for everyone who kept watching, even though my stream kept disconnecting all the time. So I'm really glad you guys stuck with me. And thank you so much for your comments and for your questions. And then I'll hopefully see you in the next live stream. Okay, now I have to figure out how to quit. Okay. Okay. Thank you all so much. Bye bye.